Hi traders, welcome to the full market analysis for the 13th of May. We've had the CPI data out this afternoon and the markets have settled. So I'm going to go through the full market analysis in the next few minutes for you to help you make better decisions, to get into the market and to understand what's going on. There's been a few questions coming in on gold and a few other questions coming in, and so hopefully I can answer those for you as we go through the markets. But let me just explain about gold first of all. If we look at gold from the long-term perspective, let's get gold up here. There it is, sorry. The 4-hour chart. If we look at the 4-hour chart, as I mentioned in the last previous day, there's a big, heavy demand area at 32.19. Now, this doesn't mean it's a buy. Well, it could mean that it's a buy, but if we have a look at the gold on steroids, the gold on steroids gives you the better position for the lower time frame, so it gets you into positions from the short term, if that makes any sense. This is a long-term chart, and if you get in at the bottom here on demand, then you make a lot of money going up and going down and so on. Now, I'm not a position trader as far as gold is concerned. The gold on steroids is designed for short-term charts. We can make 100, 200, 300 pips in a day. So why you want to hold it for any longer than that, it makes no sense. So whilst I understand that this area here in demand at 32.13, 32, let's say from 32.04 to 32.19.20 is an interesting area of demand. So if we dip into the gold on steroids, we can see that this is the direction in terms of the 30-minute chart. The first thing we notice is the direction. See how that tells us that the price is going down. The second thing we're looking for is an area of confluence into a downtrend, into a supply zone, and if the price comes back up into here, there's going to be another position to sell into 32.15 in this instance. Now we know 32.20 is a possibility just above that area here, but I'm not really bothered about the 4-hour chart in particular, because I'm not trading that chart, I'm trading this chart. So let's dive a little bit deeper. So once we know the situation on the 30-minute chart, we can dive deeper into the 15-minute chart. So this is much more interesting now, isn't it? So we can see that the price on the short time frame is saying up, and it could well do that. But we have a target here of 32.15. The price is going down. There was a little bit of support here. So whether you want to take that price out from the top there at 32.61 down to, what is it now, 32.43 for 180 pips is totally up to you. Personally, I've taken it off the table. 140 pips, 200 pips, whatever it is, I'm happy to take that off the table and enjoy that money for the day, because it looks like the markets are just drifting at the moment anyway. But in other words, you can hold it. The key to this, and as previously mentioned many times before, the 50 moving average, this green line and this red line, you just wait for the price to move down. Just wait for the price to move down below it, and then you get your entry. Personally, I'm in at the very top, at that line there on the supply zone, but you can wait. You can have a second position here, couldn't you, as it goes down to bank another 100 pips. Again, it's a learning curve. If you've just got the gold on steroids software, it does take time to get to understand and get to know, but you will get it, and once you get it, you make a lot of money. And don't forget, this is not just for now, this is forever. So and if you can make 10% per week, you are then one of the top traders in the world, and that's a lovely thought to have. Even if you're trading with a very small account now, as it grows, as it gets bigger, if you make 10% a week on 100 grand, you make 10 grand a week. Simple as that, doing nothing more than you're doing now. So we can see that gold is drifting down. We do expect it to hold its price downwards to 32.15. Up to you whether you hold it or not. So let's dive into the markets. We've had the CPI data. There's been very little effect on the dollar. We know the dollar is high because of the price cycle. We can see that, and there's negative divergence as well. Instantly see that. So what do we expect from that? We do expect further downside into a support area at some stage on the dollar, and then up to 103.32. That's the expectation. Now, when we have news like CPI, inflation data, interest rates, non-farm payroll, there's no way we can predict which direction the dollar's going to go. It can change on a sixpence. So just be aware of that. I don't have a crystal ball, and I do have my charts to tell me that the price is highly likely to come into a corrective mode and then come down to this area here and then start to make another move if it does. What that tells me in terms of the US dollar, all the dollar pairs will be mixed. That's what it tells me. In terms of the yen futures, there's no change really from yesterday. It's gone nowhere. Still very weak, but I do expect a little bit of a pullback. The opposite to the US dollar. The US dollar is pulling back into a corrective mode and then going to start to move up. If it does, it's similar to that, but the opposite way round. We look at the yen futures to have a little bit of a rally. So in other words, what will happen with the pound yen, euro yen, etc., they'll be going down during this period. And then once this comes up into a confluence area somewhere around here, that is the selling opportunity for the yen futures. And at that point there, once it gets into that area, we are looking to buy pound yen, euro yen, etc. That's the correlation. Swiss franc futures, a very similar pattern to the yen futures. We do expect a correction here because of the price cycle. Price cycle goes up, comes into this area here, and then it goes down. You've seen it before many times, and that is the pattern you're looking for. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. The patterns re-emerge over and over again. The key here is for you to be patient because it will happen. Let's look at the indices now. We can see that the S&P is moving up and heading for 6121. No real correction to actually get on board with at the moment. FTSE 100 moving up to 87.19, 88.83. Nothing really going on here. Looks like we've got a correction on the Hang Seng, but not ready yet. Do expect the price to come down into this area here, 23,000. Nice round number. Once it does, just get in about this area here, and then you'll find that the price will rebound and then head for 23,779. When it gets down there, if I spot it, I will let you know. Aussie 200 index is heading for target. Nice pullback. This is what you're looking for. This is where the patience comes in. You're waiting for your price cycle to come down into the trend, down into demand, down into support with convergence. Beautiful trade. 8378 is the target. As mentioned previously, no real pullback on the German DAX. It's just gone up. So we wait now to see what happens. Similar situation with the Dow Jones. It did go up into the trend, and the price is trending upwards, and we do expect it to go 42,683. It rallied, didn't it, on the news yesterday out from China and the USA. Similar position for the Nasdaq. Beautiful position here as it came down into this area here, which was a beautiful price cycle action, and then the price moved up and went all green. That's what you're looking for. Just have a quick look at oil. Yeah, oil is looking pretty mixed. It did have a rally here. So if you're in it, you don't want to be long now. If it does stay long, then $64.79 is going to be the final target. But there is confluence here. See this here? This is a downtrend. You're highly likely to see the price give way, but no confirmation yet. Gold we know about. 32.13, 32.04, somewhere like that is likely to see a rebound. Any break of this trend line here, which is more interesting for me, is likely to see the price come back up to this area here. or even this area here before it continues down again. So we could see a rally in the gold, but in order for that to happen, we do need to see a weaker dollar. That's the correlation. Now, I did say that the DXY is mixed, and it is. It's strong, but it is looking to have a pullback. Now, that's interesting. Even though we're not trading it at the moment, we are looking for the pullbacks, which are the key to your success. So in this instance with the euro dollar, we expect the euro dollar to go up in the next 24 hours or so, but there is going to be a confluence area somewhere around here, and then the price will give way and go further down if the dollar goes down with it. The dollar goes up, goes strong again, which is highly likely. Okay, because don't forget, there's no guarantees with trading. If there was, everyone would be doing it. But what we are looking at is very, very high probabilities, and they are the most successful trades. If you can bank 200 or 300 pips on each trade, then you're going to make a lot of money. Again, very similar pattern for the pound USD. Downtrend clearly indicated here, and so we do expect the price to come up while it's correcting and then move into this area and then move down again in the next 24 hours or so. Some great trading opportunities coming up, so don't be worried if you're not into any positions. Aussie USD, congratulations. I know some of you in this fantastic trade as it came into this area here. Notice this is confluence at the very best. Even if it doesn't work, even if it breaks down, doesn't matter. This is what you're looking for. Price coming into demand. The demand area is already on your advanced pro charts. It is already there, telling you to buy it. Okay, this is already here. The trend is telling you that it's going to go up. So all these things are leading indicators telling you that to buy now, buy now, buy now. And that's what you should have done at 63.63. 64.90 is enough. It's okay. 4.52 risk to reward. Fantastic move. And as I mentioned, the dollar is stronger. However, we can see that the correction is in play across the board. So we can just check our price cycle, can't we? So we can see the price cycle is going to come down. And there is going to be a buying opportunity in this trade in the US Swiss and the euro dollar in the next few days. So something like this, down to here, and then you're going to find it rallies again. 84.94 is the target, probably going to be much higher, but I'll work that out nearer the time. US Canadian, don't like this pair. US yen, 147.73 is there for some reason. That must be in the target from previous move. Let's get rid of that. So we do expect a correction in this in the next few days. I've drawn a support area here around that area, and we do expect confluence to occur. Again, remember, we're just looking for the same pattern to re-emerge and re-emerge. We already have the targets, don't we? We already have the targets if you've got the advanced pro charts. They tell you where it's going. This has been a nice move on the Euro Aussie. Somebody mentioned this today, and lovely move. Not ready now, of course. Can you spot where you would have sold it? Don't really need to say much. It hasn't moved much, to be fair. That's what you're looking for. Let's just have a flick through these because I'm not sure. Oh, looks okay. Looks like we're looking for a correction up into about 156.66. So that's interesting. Oh, the power, New Zealand Canadian, if you're in it, congratulations. I mentioned this a week ago or so. So heading for target. 82.87 is the first target. 83.53 is the second target. Aussie Canadian came in for the third, fourth, fifth time back into demand 88.97. Heading for target 90.19 with a nice 5 times risk to reward. Euro New Zealand, if you're still in it, congratulations. Just about hit target. So congratulations. Beautiful move down to 188.20. For 269 pips. Aussie New Zealand came into demand a while ago and now moving sideways pretty much now. New Zealand Swiss moving up into supply. Nice move there, 75 pips. If you got into that, well done. Aussie New Zealand. Don't trade both. If you're trading New Zealand Swiss, don't trade the Aussie Swiss. Double the risk. Pound Swiss, congratulations. Let's go into the yens. I haven't seen the yens. Yeah, so what's happening with the yen futures? It's correct. It's going to be correcting upwards. So this will drive the prices of all the yens down. Doesn't mean we're going to sell it because this is an uptrend, as we can see. We want to go with the trend. So we have to be patient in this instance. So we do have negative divergence. And so there is going to be a move down to this area here. If you want to sell it, you can sell it. Nothing's stopping you from doing that. But into this area here, confluence, is going to be a much more powerful move. Not ready yet. Similar to the Euro Yen. This is the beauty of the Advanced Pro charts, is that we can instantly see we don't want to be buying this. That's one of the questions coming up that came up. If it comes into the supply zone, do we sell it? Well, that's subjective. If you are selling it against the trend, that's a much higher risk. It's highly probable it's going to move down, but the trend could be very, very strong and just take you out. So you're better off, in my opinion, is waiting for the move down into a nice area of confluence. Sorry, press the zoom button there. Of confluence, and then wait for the price to do this and then come back up again and have a nice target. There's a good questions coming in. Thank you. If I don't answer them straight away, then just remind me, because I'm out and about. I'm not sitting at the charts all day, as you probably well know. Oh, by the way, my swing is a lot better than the one I show. Yeah, so all the yens, we're just waiting for these to have a correction. Bitcoin, I did post this. If you're in it, well done, you're making money. $107,574 is the target before you see another correction. Look at the swing low and the price cycle. Oh, congratulations on the euro pound, by the way, in the last couple of weeks. You've been very patient. Hit target 84.20. So don't forget, if you've got any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. I'll come back to you as soon as possible. Looking for corrections now into the markets across the board. So the next few days are going to be really important to get ready for those big positions. Have a wonderful day.